Anthony Crolla retains his WBA lightweight world title with a 7th round knockout over Ismael Barroso. Now, despite the fact that Crolla was champion going into this fight, he was a big underdog. There were odds out there as long as 6-1, I believe. So a big underdog. A lot of people didn't think he would take this fight. They thought that he would try and shy away from it. Barroso was his mandatory, but he did take the fight. And once it was signed, many people, probably the majority of people, including people within the British boxing establishment, were picking Crolla to lose the fight. But he said, to hell with all that. I don't care what people think. I don't care about this guy's reputation. I'm going to fight. Him and his trainer, Joe Gallagher, decided to devise a game plan where they were going to draw the sting out of Ismael Barroso. And their game plan worked to perfection. He had to overcome some heavy weather in the first 2 rounds, but he tucked up extremely tight. And this fight right here showed that in certain situations, a tight guard can be as good a defense as any. Barroso was a typical puncher. And when I say typical puncher, I've seen this kind of scenario unfold countless times over the years watching boxing, where you get a big puncher who's arrogant with his power, who goes in there blasting early, thinking he can get everybody out of there, or thinking he can at least intimidate the opponent and get them under control early. And he really don't have any type of plan B, no backup plan for if his power don't have the desired effect. And that's exactly what happened here. Crolla tucked up tight. He stuck it on Barroso. He forced him to throw more punches than he really wanted to throw. He didn't give Barroso any room. So he was forcing him to punch more than he wanted to. He was loading up on a lot of shots. Crolla was blocking him all. It was heavy weather, as I say, for Crolla in the first couple rounds. And Crolla even said in a post-fight interview that that was as hard as he's ever been hit. So Barroso's power was certainly real, but Crolla tucked up very tight, crab-like defense, put the pressure on, forced Barroso to throw more than he wanted to throw, made him uncomfortable. And after 3 or 4 rounds, Barroso started tiring. It was maybe a little reminiscent of David Haye against Carl Thompson, although I would say Crolla's tactics were far more effective than Carl Thompson's were. Even though Thompson ended the fight earlier, he was taking a lot more clean punches than Crolla was taking here. But it was a similar kind of fight where the puncher in David Haye just ran out of steam because he tried to knock out Carl Thompson early. And the same thing here happened to Barroso, where he couldn't get Anthony Crolla out early. So Crolla did the business. He was coming on strong from the 4th, 5th, 6th round. He was coming on very, very strong. And eventually he put Ismael Barroso to the canvas with a body shot. By that stage, Barroso was completely spent. He had nothing left in the tank. He had obviously not prepared for that type of fight. He thought that his power would get him out of trouble. No such luck this time. And Crolla destroyed the man. Got the body shot in, and Barroso had nothing left. He stayed on the canvas for the full count of 10. Good performance. Eddie Hearn was orgasmic when he got in the ring. He was literally over the moon, and you could see the pound signs lighting up in his eyes. He was just thinking, pay-per-view. I can't wait, pay-per-view. My next pay-per-view star. That's all Eddie Hearn thinks. Eddie Hearn dreams about pay-per-view. That's how deep it is with this guy. So he was ecstatic. Obviously, the Manchester crowd were ecstatic, and Anthony Crolla definitely will go on to be a much bigger star now because he's taken on his mandatory, who was a legitimate, dangerous opponent. This wasn't no soft touch here. This was a legit guy that Anthony Crolla's just beat. And yeah, he's going to get a lot of credit for it, and his profile is definitely going to be raised from it. So hats off to Anthony Crolla. Very good win, very good performance, and onwards and upwards he goes. Can he even establish himself as the best lightweight in the world? Is he already the best lightweight in the world in the opinion of you guys? What do you think? Who would you like to see Anthony Crolla fight next? What did you make of this performance? What do you make of his future? All right, drop it all in the comment section below. It's your boy Hatman, I'm out.